hat because of the rain, y'all. I got this hat in Ghana. I am obsessed over this hat. Anyways, we're passing by the market again to see if it was really, oh, leave him in it. We were trying to see if it was closed just because the protest was coming up here, or if they're actually just closed for the rest of the night. And yeah, they're closed. So I guess we're gonna have to figure it out tomorrow. Whenever it rains, there's even more trash in Okap. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. If you didn't think the trash get any worse, it gets when it rains, it's like 3 times the amount of trash that you see. Like piles and piles and piles and piles. I'm taking a little break to talk to y'all real quick. I'm drinking my carrot juice. It has carrot, orange, turmeric, and passion fruit. Y'all know I'm really into juicing. I wanted to answer this question that I got yesterday. It was in a video. Let me pull up the comment. Hi Rudy, how do you plan on adjusting when you move to Plaisance for the aesthetics you enjoy in your daily life? You mentioned being able to find everything you need in Port-au-Prince, but Plaisance is a whole different ball game. It absolutely is. It's so okay. So let me explain, because in the video, this is a video about why I decided to move to Okap. Because of course you all have seen me vlogging on Okap. You know that I moved, but I never explained why I picked Okap. Like, why didn't I pick any other place? There are other places that we could have moved to, but for us, it was a no-brainer. If you watch the video, then you already know all of this. So you'll hear me say in the video how I really wanted to live in the West, because at some point I moved to Latibonite for a year. I was working there. But once I had the chance to leave and go to Port-au-Prince, I was so happy. I did not want to be in Latibonite. I wanted to be in Port-au-Prince, where I could find everything that I needed, where there were certain stores, there were certain services that I can get in that area, the grocery stores, all that stuff. Like, I like to live in a place where I could find everything that I need. And that was really important to me at that time, because I had just moved to Haiti. I was not traveling back and forth to the States. I could count the amount of times that I went to the States. I always knew the first few years I lived in Haiti would be different from the other years that I lived here. I was focused on settling in. I needed to figure things out. I did not have time to be traveling to the States. It was kind of like, for what? Like, I was just there. I need to find something here. I need to work here. I need to be here. And that was my main focus. So I barely left. I moved in June 2017. I didn't travel to the States until October of 2018. So a whole year went by. Over a year went by before I even went back to the States. As someone who's here 100%, there are certain things that I just need to have access to. If I was traveling back and forth, I'm going to the States every month, every other month. I'm eating Chipotle and Chick-fil-A and eating all types of things that I want. I'm going to all these different places. I'm buying things and bringing them back, putting them in my suitcase, bringing them back every other month. Then that would be different. But for me, someone who was just here, not really traveling back and forth, I needed to have certain things available to me here. I need to have access to certain experiences and certain services. And it was really important for me to be in an area where I could find those things. So the West was important for me for the first few years I lived here. The other thing is, I prefer living in a rural area more than the city. If you hear me talking about how much I liked, the West and living in Port-au-Prince and having access to things, and of course the Port-au-Prince arrondissement for the most part is urban, and then you hear me talk about how much I love this place that's rural, and it's like, you might have been confused about like, how can she like this place and it fits with her aesthetic, but at the same time she's talking about this rural area. They are so different from each other. I would never compare the two. Now you will hear me compare Okap and Port-au-Prince because it's city, city, but you'll never hear me compare a rural area to Port-au-Prince. And I would never imagine having the same lifestyle that I have in a rural area to the city. Now, living in Plaisance, the closest city to us, of course, is Okap. normally is closed because it should be 45 minutes, but they have completely destroyed the road. There was a company that came in to fix the road, so basically to widen the areas that were very narrow, fill in the places that had like the sharp turns, because you know, a lot of it's a lot of mountains and stuff. They have been working on that road since at least 2015, because when I met my husband, it was summer of 2015, and I remember we took a trip to Plaisance and they were working on the road then. I don't know when they started, but at least before that time. So 2015 to now, 2024. They started working on that road and they left, and the road is unfinished. It is unpaved. So it went from a paved road to now an unpaved road. It takes us 2 hours to get to Plaisance from here. So yeah, just imagine before 45 minutes, now 2 hours. If we need something, if we need to buy certain things, we could just come here, buy them and bring them back. Also, once this whole gang situation ends, once they decide to solve the problem, then we'll be able to just hop in our car, go to Port-au-Prince, like have a weekend trip to Port-au-Prince. If there's things that we want to buy there, we can buy and bring back. So there are different things that we'll do when we live in Plaisance. But I never in a million years imagine my life in Port-au-Prince being anything similar to how it's going to be in Plaisance. I hope that answers your question. But overall, there are different chapters in our lives, and in my life I will be traveling way more. There are things that I won't even really need as much because I'm not going to be here all the time, never leaving how I was in the first few years. Most likely when I go to the States, I'll go to the stores that I want and fill up boxes and ship them to Haiti, so I'll have everything that I need. Like, there's going to be a lot of differences from, you know, how things are even now and especially how things were in Port-au-Prince. So yeah, so I hope that answers your question. If you are watching this video, please leave a comment down below so I know that you saw that I answered your question. But yeah, y'all, keep the questions coming, keep the video requests coming. Sometimes I can't film them right away. There are some great ideas, and I have a long list of videos, like hauls, clothing hauls. Like, I've been wanting to do clothing hauls for so long, but there's a specific way that I want to do them. And also, I gained so much weight, and I'm just like, I'm trying to get back down to my regular size. So that's why I can't do clothing hauls. I remember I used to get so many requests for clothing hauls, and I always wanted to do them. And I have a very specific way that I want to do them. So hopefully I can do them soon. But yeah, y'all, whenever y'all give me video ideas, I add them to my list. Some of them I can do right away and some of them I can't, but definitely leave your requests down in the comments. Don't think, you know, you asked for something and I just won't do it. Like, I am very specific about my content, y'all. I don't just put things out there like that. And I like to be as creative as possible and just kind of do things right, not just any which way. So I have to get back to work. I have to try to get as much as I can done today, and then we'll head out into town to see what we can find. I need to show y'all my juices first. Let me show you my juices first before I start, so you can see what I have right now in the freezer. I have more celery and cucumber than anything because I always drink one every day, like at the start of the day. And this is the one that I'm drinking today. I already told y'all, but it's carrots, orange, turmeric, and passion fruit. I almost forgot. Then this one, this is the first time I made this one, but it has watermelon, pineapple, and ginger. You can see the ginger on the bottom. Let me show you what it looks like unfrozen, because I have one down in the fridge. Let me show y'all. Okay, so this is the same one that has the watermelon, shake it up, pineapple, and ginger. The ginger is stuck at the bottom. Yeah, but this is what it looks like, not frozen. We are on the bumpy road again, y'all. It's a struggle on this road. seen this. This kind of looks good. Have you tried this? I would get it, but it's $9. So remember the first day of this vlog, we went downtown, tried to go to the market was closed because there were protests, and I never talked about it again. So I'm like, I need to give you all an update of how things evolved over the past 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. I feel like you may have seen some of the protests that were going on during the week of February 7th. February 7th is typically a day that a new president is sworn into office. So here in Haiti, the presidential term is 5 years. So every 5 years, a new president is sworn into office. You'll probably notice that every February 7th, there's some action, there's some protests. There are a lot of people who aren't satisfied with the government, all of that. And so that is a day that people protest and they express themselves, or that is a day that, you know, starts the movement to overthrow a president or whatever. Something happens on that day typically. So I wanted to point that out because you may have seen the weeks leading up to February 7th how, you know, this very controversial political leader announced a revolution. He was actually in federal prison in the United States of America, and the US released him early from prison, and then he was deported to Haiti. Pretty much as soon as he came back, he started, you know, making his rounds, gathering people up and talking about a revolution. Because of the timing, and if you aren't really familiar with what goes on February 7th or the week of February 7th, you might think that is a result of everything that he was saying and everything that he was doing. And that isn't necessarily the case, because the week of February 7th or February 7th is usually a guaranteed time to protest and all of that. But it did not last long because Carnival started. So there were 3 days of Carnival. And a lot of people were upset about that because there were literally protests today, and then the next day it was like dancing on the street, and people were so upset that people actually went out and participated in carnival activities. I wasn't really shocked, to be honest. I wasn't really shocked. I was kind of just like, I guess because it was so close, it was like back to back. I'm like, either way, there are going to always be people that participate in carnival. And it just happened that it was a day after a protest, and that's kind of what ended the protest, because it hasn't started back up. I don't think it's going to start back up because a lot of people aren't too motivated as they usually are. Ever since January 6, 2023, I know a lot of people know that day. That day is very important for Haitians, y'all. People just celebrated the 1-year anniversary last month. If you were online and you saw, it was a very important day, y'all. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, that was the day that Haiti was added to the program where you can travel to the US for 2 years. Haiti wasn't included in that program until the Biden administration added Haiti and 3 other countries on that same day. And out of the 4 countries, based on the data that has been released so far, Haiti has had the most approvals and the most people who have traveled on that program. Over 140,000 people. That might not seem a lot to some people compared to our population, but normally it isn't easy for Haitians to just travel to the US. So with this program, a lot of people are hopeful. Just imagine the mindset. A lot of Haitians see the US as paradise. So this is their chance to go to paradise. They're going to be leaving, you know, all of this behind. And it's kind of like, okay, why am I going to be focusing on what's happening here and working to change what's, you know, going on in this country when I'm pretty much just waiting for my email to drop so I can get on the plane and head over to the US. Even if they aren't going to be approved, because of course everybody can't be approved for the program, but they have seen so many people leave easily, or they've seen a lot of their friends leave. They've seen people apply for them, you know, at the start of the program and they left within a week. Yes, that happened. I remember when that happened, I was like, program is fake. I remember posting on Instagram, I was like, there's no way it's this easy to just go to the US. Like, since when? Like, what? I don't believe it. Like, I really thought the program was fake. It's just an easy process compared to how it's been. And yeah, just imagine like what people are thinking. Like, are you really going to be focused on what's going on here, or are you packing your bags and putting your suitcases at the door so that, you know, you're ready to go when it's time for you to go, you know? Yeah, so that's just a theory. That's also my opinion, and the opinion of a lot of other people. I've heard a lot of people talk about the same thing. I'd love to hear what you think about it. Leave your comment down below. And I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye.